I am back. So, we're just gonna be chilling here for a minute. I'm gonna just be chilling. If anybody is interested in asking a question with the tarot, I am offering questions for $8.88, and you can send that to my Cash App, which I don't know what the hell my Cash App is. Okay, so my Cash App is different than it was before. So if you are interested in getting a question answered, you can let me know, and then I'll let you know what my Cash App is, because it changed to For Justice and Truth 444. For justice, like the number 4, justice, N, the letter N, truth 444. So, you guys, I do want to discuss something, because I think this can be a thing where around this time of year is a little bit difficult for some people, just because, I think what people need to understand is, like, this holiday stuff, yes, this is all, created by humans and whatnot, but I think it's a hard time of year for some people, because it's during these holidays or whatever, these things, made up things, family typically comes together. So people who don't have family, and people who don't, or people who have very dysfunctional families, around that time they're reminded of the fact of that, basically. And so I think that's why it can be hard for some people, which is understandable. Also, people who have had losses or are grieving losses. It can be a painful time of year. After this, I'm going to go live and do a Cancer reading for this upcoming week, and maybe a collective reading, we'll see. I will be doing a lot of tarot this upcoming week, because I will not be working most of this upcoming week. So, yeah, I will be on here doing lives per usual. But if anyone is interested in getting a question answered surrounding whatever it is, it could be love, life, family, whatever, but just anything that you have a question about that you want to ask, feel free to let me know. And that's what I'm going to start doing too, is when I do these lives, these pre-tarot vibe and chills, I'm going to start offering tarot questions, like to, mini readings basically for people, or answering a question for people. Yeah. I'm trying to think of something I could talk about. I'm trying to think of a topic, or something that may be beneficial for people to hear. So let me just meditate a little bit here. Hi, Pearl. She's like, what's going on? You guys can't see her, I don't think. Okay, there, oh shit. There's my girl Pearl. Now you can see her down there. Being cute. Hi, sweetie. You're on cam. So... Trying to think if there's anything. Anything else that comes to mind? No, I really want to just do a tarot reading, but I will do a tarot reading after this. The weekly reading for Cancer in the collective. I'm not gonna make them super long, just because I know not everybody likes to watch hours long readings, you know, but how's everybody doing? Feel free to, you know, drop your zodiac sign in the chat if you can. And if not, you know, so I am very much so looking forward to this year, quote unquote, because all this stuff is fake, but I'm looking forward to a new quote unquote year. The idea of a new quote unquote year. Why am I saying new quote unquote? Because us humans made all this stuff up anyway. So I think an important part of healing is being able to learn how to retract or recognize that, you know, things are, I was gonna say not real, but it's also like still being able to find a sense of meaning and your own sense of meaning in life. Basically what I was saying was, with healing, part of the healing process is learning to recognize that all of these meanings or these symbolic things that society creates, or these labels or whatever, they're all made by humans, but they also serve a purpose in a sense. So it's like, it's important to not be asleep to those things and to recognize like reality, but also sometimes people who are conscious, they get stuck in, I don't know what I would even call it, but they get stuck kind of, I think it's definitely a part of the awakening process, where it's like you become aware of all these things, and then you get kind of like, I don't want to say depressed, but like it's like you don't want to do things that maybe you typically, now it is sounding to start like depression, but it's like it's hard to do regular things because you recognize that, like, what's going on in the world. So, and I mean, I've felt like that for a while, or I used to in the past, but not that I don't feel that way anymore, but I think you get past that, I think, if you really truly heal and grow, because I think people get stuck in that sometimes. They get stuck in, because like I've heard this before, it's like, oh, you know, when you're conscious, you know, things just aren't that great or whatever, as whatever, and it's like, yeah, but they are what you make them too. That's a part of being conscious too, is recognizing that even though these things aren't what you thought they were, you can still make them something that means something to you or not. But that doesn't also have to equal misery. You know what I mean? That also doesn't have to equal like, oh God, the world. Like, how do I put it? I am like one of the most probably genuinely, naturally, okay, maybe I won't put it that way. I'm happy like a majority of the time, but I also recognize that like most humans are not the healthiest. Life, how do I put this? Life sucks, kind of, or it does. It definitely does. I'm downplaying that because I think people who aren't healed and conscious, they take that as, oh my gosh, you know, it's like you can, I think when you really get to a place of being more advanced in healing, you can hold multiple um, concepts without allowing it to like sway or influence your mood or your own joy. You know what I mean? You can, it's like the understanding the concept of parallel realities. You know what I mean? That can also help with depression. That has helped me a lot with my depression, is recognizing that a lot of times, most times, we're all living, pretty much every single human being, in their own reality, because we all have our own perception. Um, and I think if you understand that like if people don't see you or whatever, it's, I think a good way sometimes to cope with it is to come to the understanding that it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's just their reality. They're living in a parallel, or I guess it would be an opposite, not parallel reality. I can't remember the term that, I think it was parallel reality, but whatever. Point is, I think when you really get to a higher state of consciousness, you're able to recognize those things, but also not, like I said, allow that to impact how you feel about life, I guess, to a certain degree, and your own life. Like, you don't have to be miserable just because you recognize that the world is a shitty place, if that makes sense. It's just kind of like, well, what's the point? What's the point, you know? It's always going to be a shitty place, so you might as well find a way to make peace with it, and be at peace with yourself and whatever you can, because I think that's the most valuable thing that I've learned myself, is how to maintain my inner sense of peace regardless of external circumstances. I mean, because that was tormenting me mentally and emotionally, not being able to do that, because I have pretty much been in chaotic environments like a lot of my life. And if they're not chaotic, then they are parallel realities where I can't fully exist as my uh, full self, I guess, is what I'm saying. And so it's like, where was I going with that? I don't know where I was going with that. I got thrown off. But basically, I just think recognizing that if somebody doesn't see your perspective, or even, for example, if you're dealing with people who are kind of narcissistic and they gaslight, you know, it can be kind of devastating or stressful. But I think a way to reframe it is just that, like, these are people who they live in a different type of reality, and you know, you don't have to like it, you don't have to respect it, um, or value it. But I think recognizing or being able to live within your own reality and hold and exist within your own reality, while also being able to hold the fact that other people are living and existing within theirs. You know what I mean? I think that's what has brought me the greatest peace of mind over time, is just recognizing that you don't have to see things from the same perspective, live in the same, you know, from the same whatever, and you can still be at peace with yourself. So oops. So basically, the long and the short of that is, I think when people start unraveling things and they realize, oh my gosh, humans just made this up, they think that they need to get stuck in that and just be like, oh my gosh, humans made things up, everything sucks, and we should just all live in this stark reality that nothing is real and nothing exists. Like, no, that is a stage of awakening. It's a part of the awakening process, but I would not recommend getting stuck in that phase of awakening, and I think some people do. So, like, for example, who's that one actor who committed committed Susu? You know what I'm talking about. That one actor, Robin Williams, I think. Anyway, he had what they call existential depression, and the reason I'm sharing about him is because he got stuck in that state of consciousness that I'm describing, and that's why he ended up doing that, because existential depression is basically when you recognize the reality of, like, how depressing the world is, and like just the reality of the world in and of itself. And like I said, that's what I was describing a second ago, and if you get stuck in that, that can be really depressing, and it can lead you to, yeah, kind of not elevate further in levels of consciousness, but it can leave you either stagnant or it can actually kind of lead you to more low vibrational energy. So it's like you really have to be careful and aware when you're going through some of these stages of awakening, that you don't get stuck, because people do get stuck. And those are the people that you see, like I said, talking about on the internet. Oh man, life sucks, when you recognize how fucked up the world is, and it's like, yeah, well, you know what, it's all about how you view it. Yeah, life sucks, but you can still be happy. Might as well, right? Like, you're living. Either you can choose to be in pain or you can choose to be at peace. I mean, personally, I would prefer to choose to be at peace, because otherwise I might off my you know what I mean? Like, it's a coping mechanism. Like, there's a certain level of healthiness, you know what I mean, that you have to maintain, especially when you are in a conscious state of mind. And so some of these people, I wish they would be more clear that yes, this is the case, but like, I think the people who are in those stages of awakening don't recognize that that's not it. You're not there yet. Keep going. Like, meaning, yes, that's true. And the highest level of self-actualization and awakening is being able to, like I said, hold those beliefs and also be at peace and one with self regardless of that, and be okay with the fact that there's parallel realities that people are living in that are totally opposite. Oops, totally opposite of yours. Totally. Oh my God. My bad. But, and that's okay, even though it's not okay. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, for example, it's not okay that certain people live in like really messed up, unhealthy parallel realities, like P. Diddy, for example. That's not okay. But it's okay because there's nothing I can do about it. It's out of my control, and so I don't sit here and torment myself over things that are out of my control, like evil people like that existing. There's nothing I can do about it except for hope and pray and manifest that things will be better. But other than that, that's part of consciousness too. Like the higher levels of consciousness is learning how to I don't know if transform, kind of shift your own energy, work with your own energy, and where was I going with that? I think I was just saying, like, being able to be at peace and be happy regardless. And even like recognizing that everything is like that it's okay to place your own meaning on things even if it's not real too. Just shit like that. I don't know. I just think I don't know how to describe it other than you're just able to exist without things holding so much weight. I'll just put it that way. Because you recognize that it's pointless. It's a waste of your energy to allow those things to hold that much weight over you. So I can't control those things. I just try to be at peace and be happy regardless of where I'm at, who I'm around, whatever. I don't care about all these other details. Yeah, all of this is made up. Cool, we've got that. But I'm still going to be happy regardless. I think that's the highest level where it's like, whatever, fuck all that aside. Let's put that over there. I'm still at peace, you know. I think it's basically just like ultimate acceptance. And I don't mean acceptance like continuing to put up with bullshit or remaining stagnant or complacent. No. Hey Marie, how's it going? But yeah, I don't mean that. I just mean like, where was I going with that? Complacent, stagnant. Why was I saying that? Shit. Yeah, I think, let's see. Yeah, definitely. Good to see you for sure. I'm gonna do a reading after this. Marie, I know you're gonna kill me because I've asked you this a million times, but I'm embarrassed to even ask. I've literally asked multiple people who have been in my chats for like years. Like, to be honest with you, like, I forget. Yeah. What is your zodiac sign again, Marie? My bad. I think it's like Virgo or Leo Virgo cusp. Is that what yours is? I've asked so many. I'm gonna start writing this shit down because I'm sick of forgetting. I'm so tired of. Are you a Leo? I feel like you're a Leo. No way! You're an Aquarius! Oh my gosh. No wonder conversations are so fun with you, Aquarius. You know, like air signs. They're interesting conversation. And my moon is in Gemini, so I'm all about talking and sharing information and blah blah blah. So, but yeah, it's just like I think that's what it comes down to is just not allowing things outside of you to kind of get you unswayed from what am I trying to say? Or swayed, my bad, swayed from who you are? Was that what I was gonna say? Shit, I don't know. But like, yeah. Because it's like we can focus on, oh my gosh, all this stuff is made up and it's depressing and the meanings behind it. Because, like, if you look up the meanings behind all of these fake things that humans made up, the meanings behind them are all pretty awful. And it's like, okay, so don't follow that. That's okay. You don't have to follow that if you don't respect or like the meaning behind it. And find your own way to celebrate life, is all I'm saying. don't, if these holidays and stuff like that, there's a lot of, especially with Thanksgiving, there's not great. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm not good with like coming up with words sometimes on the spot, but I was going to say, not great memories. It's like, yeah, because like the holiday, what it's built around is like really sick. So anyway, my point is you could focus on that. It's an important piece of information to have. And you could say, okay, yes, that is the case. And could I make this into something that works for me? If not, what could work for me? What meaning could I add to my life that would work? So for example, here's an example of a parallel reality. Your family members celebrate Thanksgiving, but you recognize that it's a fucked up ass day, so you don't want to celebrate it, but you like food, so you go and eat their food and chill with them anyway. But you're still, secretly getting fuck America and whatever tattooed on you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's higher levels of consciousness. I'm not saying like partaking in stuff that you don't believe in. I'm just saying being able to hold the idea of people living in multiple different realities and still being able to be at peace and come up with your own sense of meaning. But also, if it doesn't work, I think setting boundaries is important too. But I also think living your life and finding ways to enjoy it and make your own meaning is is important too. Because I think some of these things have evolved too, and I think that's another part of consciousness, is being able to be adaptable and recognize that like things change over time. Like I think understanding history behind them is really important. I don't think ignoring that is something we should ever do. And I think evolution and how things kind of, because like over time, Thanksgiving, all it is basically just like hanging out with family for the most part. But the meaning behind it is really shitty. So it's like, you know, there's lots of things you can do about it. Change the day, change the month, chill with have it wouldn't even be Thanksgiving. Have something in July, and get together with your family reunion. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like create your own. It's all just labels anyway, but particular labels for certain holidays and days, or, yeah, like I'm saying, come up with your own meaning. Yeah. Come up with your own meaning behind it. Or, like I said, I don't recommend celebrating it. I don't like the idea of it. I don't at all. I really don't like, I really just don't like socializing with people a lot, but it is important to socialize and connect with people and connect with your family. So again, there's like a consciousness around that where it's like, I don't like that personally. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. Well, do I not enjoy it at all? Yikes. I if I could just be alone forever, and be around like one person, I would be cool. But basically all I'm saying is like, that's a part of consciousness too, is like doing things that, because like I gotta get out of the house, and I gotta go be around people. I don't socialize. I don't like socializing with pretty much anybody. So the way that I look at it, it's good. It forces me to get out of my comfort zone and do stuff I don't really want to do. But again, parallel realities and respecting the fact that, okay, you know what? My dad loves the holidays. Okay, he's an oldie, whatever. Love my dad. Shout out to C. Oh wait, I'm not gonna say his name. Shout out to my dad, peeps. But so it's stuff like that too, like recognizing that. But that's also transcending ego, because recognizing that it's not always about what you want too. Like, yeah, I think it's important to live your life and do what you want ultimately. And being selfless at times is also important. So that's why I do it. It's important to exercise that muscle of, doing stuff that you don't always want to do. And I don't mean going over your own boundaries or doing stuff that's like toxic and unhealthy for you. No, I'm just saying like, getting outside your comfort zone a little bit. Yeah, yep, exactly. Finding a balance. Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, I mean, I would prefer to just hang out with Pearl for the rest of my life and, you know, do my job. That's enough socializing for me. I mean, I don't. Yeah. Yeah. I think when you've been in bad situations too, that is kind of a hallmark of that. If somebody isolates or likes to be alone a lot, probably have experienced some type of trauma in their past, in particular abuse, more than likely, because survivors of abuse absolutely isolate. I mean, even my dad said it, which was funny. I'm like, dang, you're a little bit smarter than I thought when it comes, well, sorry, no offense, but a little bit more emotionally intelligent than I gave these folks credit for. He said, I know you like to kind of like close off to yourself, and that's kind of like your defense mechanism since you were a kid. I'm looking over at him like, who are you? I was like, okay, wow, yeah, no wonder. He said that. He said that to me before my dad said that. You need to give your, what does he say? You need to give your old man some more credit or something like that. Yeah. So, so yeah, I thought that was funny that he said that because I'm like, oh yeah. It kind of made me realize that it's like, oh yeah, that is what that is. Seems like a reasonable thing to do from a PTSD state of mind. Seems reasonable. But, people who have PTSD too, it's triggering. Life is triggering. It's hard, normal, basic functioning is triggering because when you've been traumatized, your body it's mostly your body that deals with that trauma energetically and emotionally speaking, and then that plays out in physical symptoms that then makes you think that you're like dying in the present moment when really you're just, I'm thinking of certain clients right now that struggle with stuff like this, and I used to struggle with that, but I healed that stuff. I worked on that stuff. And you have to you got to face the stuff. It takes time. It really takes a lot of dedication and focus on that, which is also why I haven't spent a whole lot of time on connections or things like that, because my main priority was getting myself together. And yes, part of that is, having a well-rounded life and being functional in a lot of different areas. But I think it can be a little bit different sometimes for highly sensitive people or empaths, psychics, things like that, because authenticity is hard to come by. And when you can feel everything, it kind of, it's like, I don't know how to explain. It's weird. It's uncomfortable for me, but then it's like this weird thing of, it's almost like energetically people can feel that about me, and they get like squirmy and weird, and like they don't want, it's like, it's because I I don't know, especially if I tell them that I am too, or I don't know, it's really weird. This has been something, I don't know. It's like weird. It's like maybe I reflect back to people certain aspects of themselves, but it's kind of weird cuz well, I get it cuz I'm thinking about this one conversation I had um at this like place up the street from where I live, where it's like this bar. It's actually a really nice little place or whatever. It looks like the inside is like kind of like 20s vibe, 1920s vibe, but anyway, I was just having this conversation with this chick, and somehow we were talking about friends, and I was like, yeah, I don't really have any friends because I noticed that like most people are not really authentic, so it's just kind of. And then it was like, it's like it made her feel insecure, kind of, because she was like, well, yeah, like I have friends, but yeah, you're right, like I don't really tell them stuff. It is kind of like fake-ish. It was like weird. It was like kind of she was, I don't know, it like made her look at that, and then like I don't know. And then it was just kind of weird, and then she said that she like does nails, and like I got her number to get my nails done, because at that point I was looking for a new nail person, and then like I hit her up, and then like she didn't say anything. So it's weird. I think I kind of spook people. I kind of spook people out, or spook people, I don't know, or intimidate, or I don't know. And also I think it's because I'm just like pretty authentic and not afraid to like oof, make myself vulnerable, I guess. I don't know. Okay, wait, Marie, I need to read this. For example, my back when she oh my gosh. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you did that. Yup, exactly. Yes. Yes, exactly. And isn't that's interesting, but I feel like I don't know. I guess I gotta look this up, but I feel like resilience over time kind of like builds on itself. So, yeah, I get what you mean with that, and I'm definitely with you. You're not alone with that, Marie. But there are a lot of people who are just hidden in plain sight. Her loss, the nail woman. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad to hear that. I do this stuff because I'm just gonna be real with you. Like, I think like life does suck. I don't like life has been pretty shitty, and so I just kind of figure that if it's shitty, how do I put this? I can't change certain things in my life, but I can help other people, change things in theirs, and also work through certain things that I've been through myself, or bring people joy or whatever. And I'd rather do that while I'm here. Even though, like I said, like I'm gonna be honest, like I really hate certain aspects of my life, but the one part I love, which like I said is my mission and purpose, is helping people, talking to people. So it's just kind of like I don't know. I'm kind of like a nun, but like I'm out here. That's kind of what I feel like I kind of just dedicated my life to the universe slash the divine slash God, because fuck, what else am I gonna do? Definitely ain't gonna live a normal functional life with some of these people I'm around, so might as well help other people through life and through dysfunction and trauma, because it's not easy, and a lot of people are unaware. So it's like they grow up in trauma, and then by the time they're in their 20s they're already pregnant, you know what I mean, like starting the cycle over again, and they don't even realize, and then, you know what I mean, and then it just goes over and over and over. So it's like, yeah, yes, yep, me too, Marie. And I would encourage you to do the same. I definitely try to do that myself, create a sense of meaning in my own life, and really, I mean, like I said, helping people and my job brings me all the joy I need, really. And my cat. I'm a very simple person. I don't really require a lot to be happy. I've just always pretty much been a joyous person, I guess, or try to be, I guess, or a hopeful person. I don't know. But yep, I had to cut a lot of people off. I had to cut a couple of family members off this year. Yeah, I had to see family members this year that I didn't want to see, and it was for the very last time, which I'm very grateful for. I had to see my mother, who I've been no contact with, had to see her at multiple weddings this year, which was, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm a little kind of sad that it's over, only for the sake of the fact that it's really entertaining, because she's just so she's just so nuts, you know? So it's like, when I see her, I mean, I love my mom, don't get me wrong. I really do love my mom, but she's a nut job, and I'm no contact with her. But when when I've been seeing her at these weddings, I mean, it's fun to see her. She's one of those types of people where she's fun to see every once in a blue moon type of vibe. This is the type of person you see once a year, twice a year. I don't even see her that much, but I'm just saying, to give the vibe, because she's just too unpredictable. But it's funny because now, at the age I'm at, it's like actually kind of hilarious. So I wonder if I would just like probably end up laughing at her. I would probably bully her back. I feel like I would bully her. We'd be bullying each other. It's just funny to grow up and see things that as a kid scared you, that now it's like you look at them and it's hilarious. But it's like, I mean, I see why it would scare someone as a kid. But now it's just, it's funny. But and it's funny in some ways. I mean, the whole concept of it is not really funny, but all you can do is laugh because you can't change it. So, and I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not sure I would want to change it. I really like that I'm not bothered by a mom. No offense. Like, I'm actually kind of grateful my mom was kind of negligent in certain ways and left me alone. It was a lot better than being like bombarded like how my dad did. That was obnoxious. That shit was annoying. Even though it was probably actually healthy parenting, it was still annoying. So I'm still secretly team my mom, but not actually. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing because it's like, I don't know. Now I'm trying to think about that, because I was gonna say like my dad thinks I'm more like him, But I think he doesn't realize how much I'm like my mom, and maybe I'm not sure. I don't know if he knows, but it's kind of awkward. Yeah, me too. Well, that's what I've done since like 18. From 18 to about now, 31. And that's why, it doesn't bother me being around my mom. It doesn't trigger me. It doesn't, like I said, I really love my mom. So there's, but I also know that she's just not a good person and not somebody that deserves to be in my life. So I kind of flipped the script on her because now I'm kind of treating her the way that she used to treat me, and that's how karma works. So it's kind of like when I first saw her, she's like, "Oh, give me your number," and I'm sure she had no clue what to expect because it's like, oh my gosh, like, will I be able to manipulate her still? Will I be able to? And I told her, I said, listen, I said, you're gonna have to get on the VIP list, and we'll call you. We'll call you if you get on the list. That's what I told her. And me and my stepdad cracked up because she like bullies him too, so I think he finds it hilarious because of that. So anyway, she stormed off, and like at every wedding she said the same thing. Oh my gosh, can I get your number and all this other stuff? And it's like, let me check my notepad. Yeah, sorry, you're not on the list. Yeah. Not worthy enough. It's kind of awkward how the tables turn, Mama. I discovered that my mom is the way she is because her voice was taken away, living in silence of horrible abuse. Oof. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking with my mom as well, but not physical abuse. Like, I think there was other like weird stuff and like just serious neglect. I think there was a lot of neglect. My mom grew up like pretty well off, and so I think that was part of it. It's just like kind of like neglected rich kids type deal. Her mother grew up with a chauffeur, if that tells you anything about where the narcissism started. Awkward. Yeah, definitely top priority. I mean, I don't get me wrong, I wish I could communicate with my mom, but it's too much of a slippery slope because I mean, she's a fun person to talk to. It seems like she's grown and maybe matured a little bit, maybe gotten a little bit healthier in her mindset, but you know, and it's a shame because even though she's narcissistic, she's into like spiritual stuff, so it's kind of weird in one way because it's like, okay, you're narcissistic, but my mom's kind of like a spiritual narcissist, kind of like she's all like, but she's not to that degree, I wouldn't say, but maybe more so back in the day. But anyway, um, I don't really know if she's like that to that degree now. I don't really know her anymore, but I do know she tried at the last wedding to scold me, and I laughed. I laughed in her face. I did. I said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Who are you?" And I cracked up and walked away. I said, "Who are you?" Like, literally, who are you? Yeah. And then her response, yeah, I'm serious. my god, she's so embarrassing. Can't take that lady anywhere, which is why I snipped her. Which is why I said, hasta la vista, baby. I don't know. To be honest, I'm a little bit I don't want to say mental, but like I feel like I would cut my whole family off if I could and just walk away and just see what it's like to just be a lone wolf. I'm already a lone wolf out here, so let's just make it real, folks. Let's make it real real. I'm just kidding, y'all. I wouldn't do that. I'm lying. I'm lying. I would do that. And I've been contemplating it heavily. For real. But, I don't know. I just feel bad for people because it's like I could deal with it. I don't know. Some may say, oh, you're cold hearted or something. Nah, I think I have attachment issues, and I think that's what it is. I think I've been severely traumatized and I have attachment issues, and that's why I can snap anybody the fuck out of my life whenever, like it's nothing. That just unfortunately is what it is, because I mean, it's not like I never think about the people, or you know what I mean? It's not like I don't, but it's like I do what I gotta do. I do what I gotta do. I had to cut both my brother and sister off this year because they were doing the same weird shit that I was dealing with. You know, unpredictability, lashing out at me, and other things. I probably shouldn't talk about this on here though. Unless it's just you in here, Marie, but yeah. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, you swim? That's cool. Do you swim laps or do you do like, those like classes, those aerobic classes? My mom used to teach those classes. I love swimming. I used to swim. Like, like actual swim, like not, well, I guess competitively, yeah. But only when I was a kid. Younger, It's the best workout ever, I swear. Swimming laps, it works every part of your body. It's like, oh my gosh, when I would be done doing it, it was just like I was always just so tired. I would sleep so good. It was great. I should go back and like do that one of these days in the future. Let me zoom all the way out. Kind of. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, I mean, wait a second. What do you mean, Marie? Nearly dying? What do you mean? Oh my gosh, you guys. I feel like I need to like, I don't know. I mean, this type of stuff helps people. I think that's the thing. It's like sometimes people just having people to talk to, laugh with, connect with, that type of stuff is important. And especially, I don't know. I don't know what this dude above me is doing. This dude, like, what his deal is, you know? But tomorrow is Friday for me. Woo! One day of work, then it's a wrap. One day of work, then it is a wrap, people. Hello? Is anybody there? Just kidding. Oh, no, Marie, sorry. I keep like going off the screen. My bad. I keep going off the screen just to check my messages. Yeah, I keep getting off of here. That's my fault. I purposefully keep getting off here just to check my text messages. You know, I really need to, like, I really want to work out. I gotta get rid of I gotta get going, you know? I really, like, I just want to run, you know? I just want to go run on a treadmill somewhere. Oh my gosh, you guys, Pearl's getting up. You guys, look. It's my daughter. Oh my gosh. Hey. Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, really? Pearly! Oh my gosh. Pearl. I said Pearly and she talked to me. She was like, oh yeah, I'll always responds. Hi, sweetie. Look at Pearly. She's just so cute, and I have to show everybody how cute my daughter is. She's a sweetie. Oh, okay. Sorry, peeps, but she wants to be free. She's 35 in human years. Don't ask how my daughter is older than me, but it happened. You know, we have defied many odds here. Somehow she's a cat, but she's my daughter. Yeah, welcome to 2024, folks, where you can be and do anything you want, quote unquote. I'm also a lamp, guys. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm just making fun of 2024. Pearly, come here, sweetie. Pearl. What is going on, peeps? So, okay, so Marie, you're an Aquarius. After this, I think I'm gonna do, I might do a Cancer reading, but I'm also gonna do a collective reading for this upcoming week. Yeah. I gotta just stay going live. I gotta keep just staying on the live because I gotta get my watch time hours up. I really do, because really, thank you for that. That helps to know that, to get that type of feedback, you know, because it's like sometimes you start to think you're going crazy. I had to ask. Thank you. That's helpful to know that, Because, like, I had to ask the universe, like, I literally asked my tarot cards, like, are my tarot readings accurate? And they're like, yeah, they're accurate. I'm like, okay. And trust me, my cards, they will. Okay, thank you, Marie. Appreciate the feedback. I mean, if they weren't spot on, I would also want to know that too. You know what I mean? Like that I would be like, okay, I need a new need another profesh. Pearl's like, what is it? Come here, sweetie. Come here, girl. Hey everybody, how's it going? Drop your zodiac sign in the chat, drop a like, you know, say something. Woo! Hey! Oh wait, why do I keep doing this peace sign thing? It's early 2000s, guys. All I need is, you know how people would put it up against their cheek? Does anybody remember that? With the peace sign, like emo people? I'm not gonna show my face, but yeah, that was a thing. If you know, you know. But yeah, guys, okay, so Mr. Rogers is a Scorpio, Marie is an Aquarius. I'm collecting data. I really, it's unfortunate because, Ruby, hi. Oh no, honey, you can't get into that. She was trying to, well, she doesn't understand what this bag here is. This bag of weed. She doesn't understand what it is. And so she tried to go over to it and, you know, play with it. And I'm like, girl, I know you're 35, but I don't think this is a good idea for you. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Hi. Hi, sweetie. I'm trying to get her to talk to me so you guys can hear her talking. Hi, Pearly. Hi. Hi, sweetie. Honey, address your mother immediately. She laid down on the floor. She's like, I don't know what to do. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Beeps. Aw, she's so cute. I wish I was her. What a beautiful, blissful life. A beautiful, blissful life. You know you're only here for like 15 to 20 years. So it's like, well, you know, it just seems like it'd be a lot less pressure. But Pearl, I want you to be here forever, girlfriend. I don't even want to talk about this. Now I'm depressed. Come on, Pearly. Oh, shit. I had to take that off. You guys, here's Pearl. She is right here to say hello to the crowd. I need to smoke weed, but Oh, really? What, do you know what kind of strains you were smoking, Marie? Because I wonder, yeah, she's a sweetie. I think she's like a calico because she has like all these different colors on her. Yeah. I wonder if you were smoking sativas and it was like giving you more flashbacks and stuff like that, because sativas can definitely do weird shit like that, you know. But here's the thing. I smoke, for me, it's more like, you know, when you eat a lollipop, you know, you eat a sucker. That's all. It's like this weed that they sell in these shops doesn't even get you high. There's the lights. I can't figure out how to get these lights off this timer so that they stop going off. But they keep doing this. They just keep doing it. Oh, shoot. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what works best for you. I think your happiness, my whole thing is I don't use substances when I don't feel, for the most part, when I don't feel like good. You know, it's like if I feel really down and bad for the most part, well, regardless of whether I smoke, I address my shit. And what was I gonna say? Like either way, it doesn't really change how I feel, I guess, if that makes sense. Like it makes me more, you know, in an altered state of mind a little bit, I guess, but I don't know. It doesn't like I don't know how to put it into words, and I don't feel like doing it anymore or trying. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, no, that's not good. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think for me, it's more so just the whole concept of it. The whole rolling the blunt. Just, I think it's more of the concept of doing it than the actual thing of it, I guess. But, um, I don't know why. Okay, sorry guys. If it starts, oh shit. If it starts buffering, what? No. Okay, I pressed something. If it starts buffering, it's because I clicked off the screen. I was just trying to see if my boyfriend texted me back, but I think he fell asleep, which I already knew was gonna happen. So it's all good. You know, I kind of just like know these things because of the whole psychic thing, which I think also helps me to stay calm a lot more because it's just kind of like I know what's gonna happen, and if I don't, I know I will. I guess eventually. So, anyway. Yeah, that's important to work on, like, what am I trying to say? Because I talked to, that was kind of like the theme this past week with my clients, was like looking at all around what you're doing, you know, what you're putting into your body, how much sleep you're getting, are you drinking water, are you getting exercise, shit like that. Yeah, definitely. I feel you with that, Marie. Same. That's how I live my life. Like I think that's what people don't understand. When I make decisions with like anything, my thought process is like, where does the universe want me to be? Is this where I'm supposed to be based on, like, is this where the universe wants me to be? Is this where I'm supposed to be? Is this what's right or meant to be? Yeah, definitely. For sure. Yeah, see, I like talking to people of all ages. Like in my job, I talk to people as young as 9 and as old as 80. So it's like I really like talking to like lots of different ages of people and generations. It's just really interesting to hear people's experience and just, I don't know, just hearing about stuff that like, I don't know, just people's experiences back in the day, like back in, I'd have to say if my client, if If she's that old, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. 60 years ago, what year was it, you guys? Fuck, I don't know. Can anybody do the math? What year was it? 60 years ago, around what year was that? Pearl. 1965? Okay. That's when this, I think that's around the time this, are you sure? Because she's like old. Sorry, but like, would that have been? Wait, so because 50, 40, no, because she, are you sure? Are you sure, Marie? How, okay, maybe I'm saying it wrong. If a person is 80, how many years ago? Basically just trying to figure out like what year it was when this particular person was like in their 20s, you know? But you're saying it's 1965? Oh. Okay. Well, she was just telling me about her life experiences and how, like, I don't know, people just the way that people view the world. Pearl, you know, I really am coming for you, sweetie. I'm coming for you. Hi. Hi, sweetie. What are you doing in there? Come here. Oh, okay, honey. Wow. That was probably fun. Seemed like that was fun for you, honey. What a wild life. Climbing in cabinets with plastic bags. Too crazy. So, yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say. I really don't even like talking this much, so like it's kind of I don't know. But yeah. What else? What else? Hi, Bradley. Come here, sweetie. I love you. I'm gonna kiss. Hi, sweetie. Hi. She came over to me. I think she's wanting to cuddle. Oh no, she thinks there's a treat. Julie, I love you. Okay, bro, we're doing this. Hang on, guys. I'll be right over there. All right. Oh, I'm glad. You know, and see that's the type of stuff I'm grateful for too, because I don't take stuff like that for granted, you know. Because I've had people around me that don't, and so, you know, it just is good to know, you know, good to have reality reflected back at you accurately, you know. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, like I don't know what to do because it's like I want to do the collective readings. You know what I could do? No, that could get real dicey. I was gonna say I could do like readings for the divine masculine and readings for the divine feminine, like collective readings for the divine masculine and divine feminine. I could also do individual readings for the karmics too, but I bet nobody would watch them because nobody wants to be considered a karmic. But we've all been a karmic in someone's story, you know. Pearl, are you really freaking up there right now? Get your ass down. Honey, you're jumping down there and talking to me because you know. Come here. Come here, sweetie. Come on. Come here, sweet. Honey, I love you. Come here, sweetie. Okay, she's sitting on my lap now being cute. Per usual. Hi, honey. This is my bestie right here, Pearl. I think it's conditioning, but whenever I cry, she comes to me now. And it is because I've conditioned her, because every time I cry, I always look at her and go, Pearl. So now I think she just is associated with, oh, okay, this means we cuddle. It's funny and cute. I cannot see. I think I might use that Blacklight tarot deck again. I cleanse it every time I use it, just so everybody is aware. It's not like I just keep using it. Yeah, she's a sweetie. Just wish I could rewind to her kitten years and hang out with her more. I was more focused on my boyfriend and shit like that. But see, that's why I'm very grateful I didn't have kids in my 20s, because oh my gosh, I'd rather regret not spending time with my cat than my kids. And there's no way I could have done that. I wasn't responsible, and I didn't want to be responsible. And that's how it should be in your 20s. You shouldn't want to be, unless I would say back in the day it was different. A lot of people had kids in their early 20s and shit like that. But nowadays, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking back in the day. Back in the day, that was normal. It was pretty commonplace to look at me. I'm speaking like I was from that shit. But from what I've heard, it seems like it was pretty commonplace, you know, to have kids and get married in your 20s and shit. That was the thing. Oh, I'm so glad. You know what? That is something that I kind of like make my objective with people, is like, because I never got that, you know what I mean, as a kid, that space to just like be allowed to just be a kid and be fun and whatever. So whenever I'm around people, I really try to give them the space to, you know, just feel safe and feel, I don't know, like there's just so much bad in the world and so many creepy fucking people. And I don't know, I thought about that one time. This is gonna be so random. I thought about that like a year or two ago when I went down to visit my parents in Florida, and it was near Naples area, and I had met this one girl at this hotel place. Like she was like working there, and I was like trying to figure out where to get, I think I was trying to figure out where to get some weed to smoke. I was like, do you guys know where to get some weed to smoke around here? And I met this gal named Veronica. She was 18 and I was like 29, so this was like a couple years ago. Um, and I was kind of like, she's 18. I don't want to hang out with this girl, but if she's got some weed, you know, obviously I'm gonna link up with her and get the stuff. Anyway, long story short, we ended up smoking. She was so nice, such a nice gal, but like, you know, I also understood like she's a kid. She's 18 years old. And I was just thinking about it like, oh my gosh, it was just what I was thinking about is like, you know, when I was 18 and I was like naive and like you don't think about how creepy and cruel the world is yet, really, because you haven't really experienced it. And so like as I was sitting there, this girl like took me to her neighborhood to smoke, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my God, why would you do this? You don't even know me. Like what if I'm a fucking murderer? What if I'm a creep? You know, what if I was? You know what I mean? Like why?" And so it was just terrifying me thinking about the innocence of young people and just how I was the same way. I would have done the same shit when I was 18. I know I would have because I did shit like that when I was 18. Oh yeah, come over to my house. It's like, what? So my point was that kind of like terrified me, but I also felt like grateful that I could show this young person that, hey, there are good people in the world that aren't creepy, that just genuinely do just want to smoke some weed with you, and you know, they're not weird, they're not gonna take advantage of you, or even like weirdly, like I didn't treat this girl like she was like my friend. I treated her like she was kind of like a, you know, like a younger person, you know, like kind of like I was a mentor type of a vibe, you know, because it's just that to me. Come on, get your ass down. That to me, hi sweetie. That to me is what is appropriate because this girl is 18 years old and I am a grown adult to her. So, you know, so it was just like my point is with this story, that was one of the first times that I kind of recognized that that's like part of what I do for people, I guess, Marie, is what I'm saying, is that like I never recognized that until kind of recently, that I create that space for people, and I'm really grateful that I can do that. And I guess I never realized that is kind of my objective with people, is to create a sense of safety, because like I said, I never had that, and a lot of people don't have that, and so I want to be that for other people. Yeah, yup. I mean, but you know what, Marie? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like what I'm starting to realize is that it has a lot to do with society too, because the consciousness of society has shifted as time has gone on too. And so I think a lot of what people in the older generations are, you know, what they're coming up against is all the brainwashing of society. That, I mean, brainwashing and gaslighting fucks with your intuition and it squanders your ability to discern. And so all of society was based on image, has been very much so based on image, which is why a lot of the older generation, I think, kind of I don't know, has certain ways of I guess certain patterns that mimic that. But so what I'm saying is I give you props, you know, because you're working against a lot more like deeply ingrained programming than say I am, especially as far as society goes. So, I don't know. Okay, people, so yeah, it's like, and that's the other thing I noticed too, is I tend to come across a lot of people who who like are breaking generational curses like that, or they're doing the work like that. Like, for example, my 80-year-old client, she's doing that work. She's like, yeah, no, I can't like express any of this to any of my family members because they'll just like get pissed at me. And it's like, yeah, because she's in the silent generation, which is even more challenging to work against because they definitely are living in a parallel reality that's, you know, very much so grounded in image. And so people don't want to look at what's underneath that. And my client, like, wants to talk about, you know, what's underneath that, but none of these family members of hers do because they're very much so programmed, you know, to be a certain way, not just by society, but also by their family dynamic as well, is what it sounds like to me. I mean, she has, I think, did she say she has 8 siblings? Had 8 siblings or something ridiculous like that? Like, that's just, that's neglect in and of itself. That's just unnecessary. I don't know though, like, so yeah, I guess life. Just life. You know, I watched this video of this man who was talking the other day, and he was kind of talking about like basically what I was talking about earlier, but he said it in a very different way, and he was basically just saying, like, you know, everything external to you, how do I put it? Nah, I can't even re-say it, like, if that makes sense, like, because he said it in a particular way. So maybe I'll try to post it if I can. I'll try to post it. Because he was basically just saying that our whole reality exists within our mind, like the way that we interact with our reality, the way that we view our reality, our perception on it, the attitude we have towards it, all of that. It's, we create that. We have control over that. Is basically what he's saying. So it's like, you know, you have control over whether you know, whether you suffer or not. I mean, regardless of whether other people are trying to create that for you, because you don't have to be around that. You don't have to put up with that. There are choices, you know. You do have control over you, unless you're like a teenager or something like that. But in that case, hang in there. You'll be out of there eventually. And then that's when life really gets good. I mean, it's still tough, but it's fun. The toughness, I don't know. It's probably like more tough for some than others. Like, I didn't have a lot of guidance, so it's been tough for me. but people who have parents that actually like give proper guidance and support. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I guess, again, parallel reality. One that I will never know, personally. You know, one that a lot of people will never know, though, to be honest. So it's like, I don't know. Hi, Pearly. But yeah, I mean, maybe I should do a collective reading after this. Marie, what do you think? Like, okay, do you like past, present, and future readings that I do? Do you like those, or like, what do you think about those? And then what do you think about the readings I do where I look at like your energy, their energy, and then like the energy of the situation? Yeah, definitely. And I think that's okay. So you like all of those. Okay, that's good to know. I'm just trying to get feedback because it's like I want to give people what they want to see. And it's like my views have gone down like kind of drastically. And it's like I can't really make sense of it because it really makes me question like, am I being followed by a bunch of robots or, I don't know. I just wish I had an answer, but I don't. So you just keep moving. You just keep moving. Pearl, oh. Come here, sweetie. Yeah. Yep, I met my stepsister's daughter, my niece, for the first time tonight, which was so fun. Oh my god, she's just so cute. Um, she's adorable. She has chunky cheeks, she has real big eyes, just like her dad's eye. You know, she kind of has or eyes like her dad's. Her dad's eyes are like pretty big, and not in a like bad way. And anyway, whatever. She's adorable. She's really beautiful and cute. And I held her for a minute, and she was just being cute. And I don't know. She's just it's like because I'm very sensitive to energy and just kind of psychic, it's like I absorb all that energy, and then it's like I just can't help but like feel the same energy they're feeling. And then I think that's why they end up, babies and stuff like that always end up acting like that towards me, because I'm really just reflecting back their own purity and just like pure happiness and love. It's like, because babies are in that energy, because I mean, they haven't been tainted by the world, so it's just like I can't help but even, I don't know, she's just adorable. Oh, okay. So you're saying that you um have strong intuition, or are you psychic? Do you feel like you're psychic? Because I didn't believe that I was. And then it's like I kind of had no choice but to, because I ignored, like, I got visions of stuff. I was getting visions, and then the stuff ended up happening. So it was kind of like, okay. But it's still kind of hard because sometimes I can't, it's hard to discern whether it's visions or my own thoughts. You know what I mean? So that's part of the problem. Oh, I did not realize that. I see. Okay. So do you do tarot? Do you do any type of um like, do you utilize your gifts? Because I feel like the other thing is I come across a lot of people who need to utilize their gifts, or they have like, I don't know. But yeah, do you do anything like... I fucked this blunt up and I can't figure out like how. You know the other thing? Oh, what the fuck? Shit, sorry. But yeah, I think I'll do a collective reading because I feel kind of inspired here. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Marie, because it's like with certain readings, I used to be that way too. Like I could only watch my sun sign or collective readings. It fucked me up or confused me too much to do the other ones, like because I was like, what? I don't know. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yup. Yeah. So I cannot figure out, like, I see. I can't figure out what is wrong with this thing that I'm trying to smoke here. It's like not working. I don't get what you mean by that, Marie, the last thing you just said. This is literally the worst fucking stick ever. What is wrong with this shit? It's like fucked up. I see. Yeah, see, I've picked up on that in my readings before where, yeah, where it's like people. Because I had certain people coming onto my lives before that were creepy that I didn't want in here. And I could pick up on when they were showing up in the readings. That person that was stalking me. I don't think they are anymore because I took legal action against them and they're probably in trouble with the law as we speak, but I didn't know what else to do. Fuck. Right. Right, right. I know, and I totally know what you mean because sometimes the collective readings will pick up on my energy. Well, maybe not my energy so much, but like some of the Cancer readings, maybe, and stuff like that. But yeah. This whole. This is so weird. Kind of pissed. Like I just like burnt a bunch of weed. I'm kind of pissed right now about this. Cause there's something wrong with this stick. Hang on. I'm not like legitimately pissed. I'm a little bit annoyed here. Little bit annoyed. This shit is like. I just don't get why this is like so ridiculous. We will see. We shall see. Yeah, that's absolutely true, Marie. I don't know. I feel like because I'm psychic, I mean, that's true. But I feel like regardless, I still feel stuff. It sucks. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do a collective reading after this, guys. So look out for that. I'm probably going to do like with the black light tarot deck again because I like using that. But yeah, I'll do a weekly for the collective. Yeah, the claircognizance. I know what you mean. Yeah, I get that with my readings a lot of times where it's like certain things will come up and I don't know how I know it, you know? Absolutely. So, have you, my bad, Marie, have you thought about doing a tarot channel? But you know what? I should get off of here probably and do this reading. Yep. Yep, when you choose self-love and healing. My bad. Okay. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of... Okay, yeah, definitely let me know. I will definitely, absolutely subscribe. I would love to see that. I encourage everybody to follow their dreams with that because I think creative expression is one of the most important components of healing because I think a lot of that gets taken away. Well, your creative expression gets kind of stunted when you're around narcissistic or abusive people because it kind of makes you, it really makes you feel so horrible. You know, it's hard to get inspired or tap into your creativity when your root chakra and your sacral chakra is out of whack. I mean, that's kind of where your creative expression comes from, is being grounded in self and grounded in self and empowered, believing in oneself. So yeah, I definitely encourage people to, and I definitely encourage you to do that, Marie. Sure. And keep me posted, definitely. Right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. Sometimes I think like if I've talked for a long period of time, I don't I feel like I start to get awkward or like robotic in my responses. Or not robotic, but like, I don't know, whatever. Wish my phone would charge up more. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you with that. I don't show myself because what was that? Wait. Um Wait, what do you mean by that, Marie, when you didn't know my age was different between us? Well, to be honest with you, like I didn't know your age, but like I could I could tell like I think because I'm psychic. I don't know. I guess would that be because I'm psychic that I would have known? Like I just kind of had a feeling. Well, no, I think it's based on how people talk, or maybe it is because I'm psychic. I'm psychic. Um, I kind of like knew that you were older, but I don't know why I knew that. I don't know. But like not in a bad way. Like I know you have like a younger spirit and soul, so like I don't really, you know what I mean? Like I don't really care about that. But were you talking about it was different between you and I specifically, or like I'm trying to understand what you meant by that, because I thought I had asked your age because I already like had this vision of you being like maybe like a baby boomer or something like that. I don't know why. Again, I think I'm psychic, so I just like know stuff like that because I could feel because like you just again, I don't care about people's ages. I care about people's spirit, and I've been around a lot of different ages of people because I've been in support groups since I was like a teenager, so I was always around like older people that, so it's just like, I don't know, that doesn't matter to me. And I think that's what made you so funny to me too. That's what made it hilarious to me, some of the stuff you were saying. That's why it was so funny to me because I knew you were older. So it was like, oh my God, I can't believe I can't believe you're saying these things. Like that's kind of part of what it made it so hilarious because I'm just like I love how you haven't lost your youth. You know what I mean? It was actually making me think of that client, that older client. Well, she is very she's elderly. Sorry. But it was making me think about her and her spirit, how she's 80, but like it doesn't feel like I'm talking to an 80-year-old when I talk to her because her spirit is young. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I know. I know. That's why I loved when you started saying that because I was like, oh my, because it really just, um, what was I gonna say? I think it did remind me of that and just like, I feel like I do come across a lot of people who I do. It's really interesting now that I'm thinking about it. I've had clients before who are like in their 60s, but they have like really young spirits. So it's like they're really fun. And so, yeah, so I think that's why. It's like, that's, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how I knew that. I guess I thought I had asked your age. So when you said that, it was kind of like I was thinking to myself, yeah, I know. Or like, something along those lines. Like, yeah, not that I knew you were 60. I was just thinking like maybe a baby boomer or something like that. because I was thinking like your energy is pleasant for, sometimes people in that generation are so like rigid and they aren't young in spirit. So I was appreciating the fact that um, I really appreciate the fact when I meet people who are of generations where mindsets are harder to shift, but they're still doing it anyway. I really respect that. So, yeah, I definitely do. And I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Life, people just want to be judged by the energy exchange. You want to be? Marie, you're gonna have to spell things out pretty like. This is where my boyfriend, I think, gets annoyed with me, but I'm like, with my traumatized brain, I not really someone you want to leave to fill in the blanks. Because the blanks, what I'm going to fill the blanks in with is going to be a bunch of. I'm just kidding. Kind of kidding. Might be some fuckery that I filled the blanks in with. Not really. But I'm just saying, like, in romantic relationships, definitely, but. Now, I'm going to be honest. The only reason I ever bring up my boyfriend, because I'm actually very private, but the only reason I bring him up is I know I look at my analytics and there's a lot of guys that come on my page, and so I let that be known so people know as a protective measure. So that's why I do that, because sometimes I wonder if people are like, okay, who gives a fuck? And I'm like, yeah, I know who gives a fuck. I agree. And I literally do it on purpose. I do that on purpose because I know creepy people watch me. I know there's certain people in the past that have watched me that I don't want watching me. And so they need to know that there's a man around me, because usually that can keep people away. Yep. So that's why I do that. It's not to be like, oh yeah, I'm just like. Right. Yeah, because my whole thing too is with like I don't look at the age of things, because it's like I look at people's spirit, because it's like I look at people based on, you know, um, can I recognize or resonate with your spirit? And if I can, no matter your age, if somebody's older, my thought is always, oh yeah, I totally like if we were younger around the same age, we would have been cool and hanging out. I mean, not that we can't be cool and hanging out now, but you know what I'm saying, like. And then I don't know. I don't like I treat everybody the same too. So it's like I'll like this is how it well, that's not true. I'm way softer with kids, of course. I try to be very soft with kids. That's something that like I'm a very blunt person, but with kids I'm like very cautious, but also like since I'm so blunt, sometimes I don't have the word like I don't know the words to use to be cautious. So I'm like, oh fuck, how do I say this in a really soft way, but also in a way that's like not gonna, you gotta be careful what you say and how you say things to kids, especially as a professional and a therapist. Like, it's just important to, because of the context of the relationship, to have certain, specific things, and that's important, and I definitely follow that, and this is why I don't like having like connections in my real life, because that requires a lot of energy and effort, and that to me is more important than having personal relationships. I'd rather provide structure and a safe space and show people, hey, there's good people in the world that do care about you and want the best for you, even random fucking strangers like me. um you know so I don't know, but sometimes I think, I don't know, I'm always questioning, like, okay, is this okay to say this in this particular way? Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to traumatize a kid further because they're so fragile. So it's like, I worry even about asking questions about the trauma that they come to the therapy for, you know what I mean? Because their brains are so fragile. So it's like, God, they're already traumatized. This is crucial. It's really crucial what I say and do, which, my bad, hang on. Which, with teenagers, it's a lot easier for me because it's like you can be a little bit more real. Like, I know more naturally how to be. Probably because it's like, that's not like, it wasn't like super long ago that I was that age, but also like I know what I needed at that age from adults, so like I just like do that. I just do what I needed from adults for these teenagers, and try to be supportive, understanding, give advice, um not be controlling or any of that. People just need a safe space. And but yeah, I mean, I can be a little bit more, yeah, honest and real about things. I don't know, like with kids, it's like I can't really like bring up complex patterns and say, hey, like, what do you think about this? Do you think it could be this? Because kids don't really get that. I still do that sometimes. Like, I'll bring up certain stuff that's maybe a little bit not as advanced, but yeah, with teenagers, I can more so be like, oh, do you think it could be connected to this and blah, blah, blah. And they have complex enough thinking. I mean, so do these younger kids. They have complex thinking, but it's like not, I don't think complex enough to have conversations like that. But yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's important, because these are experiences that people take with them for the rest of their lives, especially kids. I think back to my experiences with my therapist all the time and what they taught me and what they helped me with, and shit like that. And I also think back to bad experiences. So I don't want people to think back. I mean, I've made some mistakes that, people might think back and think, oh, that was awkward, or that was, you know, whatever. Nobody's perfect, but for the most part, I really try to place emphasis on that. Not try to, I do place emphasis on that. I don't know. But I didn't really expect I was going to be on here for 2 hours. Oh my gosh. I feel like I have to do a reading or something like that, but I feel like I've gone so long on here that I'm just like, oh my gosh. Shit. Maybe, what do you think about the you versus them readings, Marie? Do you like those? Like your feelings versus their, like how they feel versus how you feel? Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. The spaghetti stuff. I love spaghetti. I eat spaghetti like regularly. That's like a staple for me. Are you Italian? I'm partially Italian, spaghetti, it's a thing. My dad's half Italian, so spaghetti is a staple in our family. That's for sure. I don't know if I asked you this, Marie, but are you in like a colder region? Oh shit, you told me. Didn't you tell me you were from New York, or was that other person? Fuck. Oh my god. Oh, California. Oh my gosh, what do you think? Did you grow up in Cali? My sister lives out there. Did you grow up there? What do you think? Sorry, I'm being annoying now. Okay, at this point. So, and then I've got this like pre-roll here, man. Are you serious? 2 minutes? Okay, you live 2 minutes from the beach? Okay, Marie, I'm not gonna lie, and you don't have to confirm or deny, but you must got some dough if you're living 2 minutes from the beach. And all I have to say is I am so happy for you because that would just be the dream, living the dream. Because, oh, well, either way, 2 minutes from the beach. It's like, oh my gosh, you can hear the waves. See, that is the richness, you know? Oh, you don't have the dough. Well, I don't have the dough either, Marie, so don't worry. I live in a box. Literally. Studio. Oh, see, I love cute little spaces. I love little spaces. That's why I'm very content in this studio, you know. But see, I don't know. I'm a bit of a nomad, so that's where I struggle with the idea of owning a place because I don't think I like the idea of staying in one place. Like, I like the idea of being able to be free always. It's probably a trauma response, you know? Wait, you are too what? Sorry, Marie. I said a bunch of stuff, so I don't know what you're saying that in response to. Oh, the nomad thing. That's what you were saying. I am too about. See, being psychic, it helps you. So, I don't know. You are? Wait, like you're gonna stay in Cali? Also, Marie, like, who is that guy that you were talking about? Like, is he no longer in your life? Like, you don't have to share, but. Oh. Are you being stalked by that guy that you were talking about? That criminal? You're not alone. I was being stalked, but damn, that's weird. Why don't you get him in trouble with the law like I did? Yeah, that is really creepy. They haven't tried to, hopefully, they haven't tried to harm you or do it. Well, that is harming you, but I mean, like, anyway, I'll say some prayers for you for safety, protection. Oh, wait, politically connected? Who is, you or them? Oh, I see. I've heard of. Yeah, I've worked with people. Like I have a client right now who's dealing with. Yeah, that's kind of tough. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel you. Feel free to drop your zodiac sign in the chat. There's another person in here. Say something in the chat. Speak now, forever hold your peace in this bitch. I think that's a great plan, Marie. I think that is a great plan. Oh, there's 5 people in here? Oh, or you mean 5 people that's following you? Is that what you're saying? Oh, I see. Yeah. But Marie, I'm about to get off of here, so I'll be back. I'll be back here in just a sec.